everybody, Curtis Swindell here.
Jared Lewis.
And today we got a special guest here. We have Mr. Authur Jones.
Yeah.
How y'all doing?
Yeah.
Authur, tell us who you are.
I am Authur Jones from Augusta, Georgia. A husband, brother, minister, community leader, mentor.
Solid.
Man, that's awesome.
Solid.
So, Authur, tell us about what you're doing in the community and what inspired you to do this work.
Well, starting what inspired me, I stayed getting in trouble. Going into the YDCs myself and then getting out and graduating and going to the county jails, and from the county jail went to prison.
Wow.
And then after doing those 7 years in prison, it kind of like changed the way I looked at situations. And so now I'm out here now trying to help the same guys that was in the same situation that I was in.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we go into the YDCs and deal with the youth children, mainly the men, and we have another group of women that goes in and deal with the females. And then we go into the men's reentry prison and deal with the guys that's in trouble and they're on their way out.
Great.
And then once they're released from prison, it's almost like an aftercare program where we still stay in contact with them and mentor them and meet with them. But it's mainly young men and adult men that we mainly deal with.
Awesome. And what's the name of the organization, if you don't mind me
It's
asking?
OAA, Offender Alumni Association, and it's founded by Miss Deborah Daniels. And what she did was came together, and the organization is built off of a bunch of offenders.
Wow.
So I know you talked about the organization that you work for, but my question is, what was the turning point in your life that allowed you to go from the streets into this former ministry?
This last prison.
Okay.
So being as a kid, getting locked up, you go to the YDC, all YDC, they slap you in the wrist and let you back out.
Okay.
Then you get in trouble, you go to the county jail, you bond out.
Okay.
You keep getting in trouble going to the county jail, you bond out. But then when you go to prison, that prison bid was I guess that's called the straw that broke the camel's back.
Right.
That was to be exact, it was 6 years and 9 months.
Wow.
I just rounded off to 7
Okay.
years.
Okay.
Yeah. So being in prison for that length of time really opened my eyes up. And I was telling the guys that I still hung out with, I said, when I go to jail this time, I'm not going to be the same person.
Wow.
But I had already been praying.
Wow.
And so I was the guy that got tired.
Okay.
But nobody knew I was tired. So I'm coming out of the house praying. I'm asking God, I need a better way. But if you don't show me a better way, this is all I know.
Wow. Come on.
And so I make that prayer, and then I come out the door and get drunk and get into all what the streets had to offer.
Yeah.
And but when I got caught and went to prison, I was already ready for it. And it was strange that, I ain't gonna say strange, but the prison that I went to, it was set up for me.
Oh, wow.
Everything was on the inside. And so that prison became my Bible college.
Man, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And so I went from working in the kitchen, in the tray room.
Right.
And so anybody who know about prison, in the tray room, when you getting fed and you ain't getting no good food, you got to go outside the detail. When you come back in and slam your tray, who you gonna slam it on? The man that work in the tray room.
Right.
So you mad, you throw your tray in there, milk splash all over me. So I'm like, Lord, what is going
What's
on?
going on? Yeah.
But I didn't know at the time, it was humbling me
Wow.
to get ready to move over to be the chaplain order.
Wow.
So I went from being in the tray room, being humbled, to being the chaplain order.
So it happened while you were incarcerated.
All while I was incarcerated.
And what is that role when you said the chaplain? What were you doing? What were you
So
responsible for?
so you have like the chapel is the one that works in the chaplain office. He holds the church services, show the videos of different ministers. If you have death in the family or something, the chaplain will be the one to call.
Right.
So I was like his orderly or like his assistant.
I got it.
And so when he's not there because he get off, I take the role as the chaplain.
Wow.
Wow.
And so I would, because we played basketball a lot.
Okay.
So one of my ways to get the guys to come to service, I
Right.
said, if I go in the yard and play basketball with y'all, you got to come to
You gotta
church
come
with
to
me.
church, right.
Yeah.
And so they liked it for me to come out there and play.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but in that role, God was already preparing me
That's good.
for this day right here.
That's
Right.
good.
But I didn't know it when I was in the trade room getting milk thrown on me.
That is.
I
good.
didn't know that God was preparing me
Yeah.
for this. So I moved from the trade room to being the chaplain order. Now I got access to the chapel.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm one of the inmates that can go and move around in the prison, and I can go to the chapel anytime I get ready.
Yeah.
So now I can leave out of my dorm and make the chapel office my dorm.
Mm-hmm.
So now I got number time to read and pray.
Study.
Just me
Yeah.
and God. And so one of the things, and a lot of the inmates, they thought I was kind of weird because I would stand up and read,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll walk and read.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
And one guy, they used to come, why every time we come out of chapel, you walking and reading?
Right.
And I said, this will stop me from going to sleep. But I tell people, I said, if you want to get some good sleep, all you got to do, before you lay down to get in the bed, just get the Bible.
Just read.
That's
Get
real.
the word in you.
That's real.
If you're going to go to sleep, because
Yeah.
they're going to make sure
The word in
he
you.
try to put you to sleep.
Right.
So what
That's
I
amazing.
did, I walked, paced. I paced back and forth so that I wouldn't go to sleep or wouldn't
Okay.
get tired or wouldn't just put the Bible down and go back to the dorm.
Wow.
Mm.
And so that became my life.
Wow. So I've seen you doing works in Atlanta. I've also seen you in other cities with other organizations.
Right.
Tell us about some of those trips you've made to make impacts on different communities.
So with this organization, OAA, with Miss Deborah Daniels, we got this summer program where we deal with the kids for the summer, and then one of the trips we take the kids on a FAMU trip, so they get to go
Okay.
visit the college.
Okay.
They get to eat in the cafeteria with the college students. We go bowling on the campus. They go swimming, rock climbing, and then we stay that night and then come back the next day. So it's almost just like an experience for the kids that, your inner city kids that may have never left outside of the city.
Yeah.
And so then we went one trip, it was like a peace walk, but it was a whole bunch of people that fought violence, all came from all over.
Wow.
And it was, for me, it was just, I'm the one that was the violent person.
Right.
Yeah.
And now I'm rallying and marching,
Against
saying
Right.
stop the violence.
Stop the
Stop.
violence.
It was good to see God get the glory in
Yeah.
seeing that,
Amen.
like I'm on the other side of the fence.
The other side. And
Right.
I think that first trip you talked about exposure. Exposure matters, right?
Right.
You're showing young men, the organization is showing young men that there's a different way, there's a different option.
Right.
We don't have to end up in prison, right? They're showing them college, they're showing them different things. What exposure do you think has been most impactful on young men in the community?
So they got to see it. They got to see it besides social media.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just say for you see we're gonna just say a Rolls Royce. You see the Rolls Royce on social media, but the truth of the matter, you have never actually been this close to a Rolls Royce.
Mm-hmm.
And so seeing it on social media is one thing. It don't seem like it's attainable
Yeah.
because you just see it. And even if I'm up close and personal with it,
Mm-hmm.
it make it a little more in my head that I can get it. But if you own it
That's
and
good.
I can ride in the car with you,
That's good.
then it's showing me
Yeah.
that you got it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Now it's more closer to me,
Mm-hmm.
so I can reach out to it.
Yeah.
And so I think with the kids, if you ain't seen nothing but the hood, drugs, and the streets, and you haven't been outside of your environment, then what is it for you to reach for?
What's your goal?
What's your goal? So you have to. Me personally, I believe if you see it, then you can put it here.
Yeah.
And if you can store it here, then eventually you can take it back from here and manifest it.
Let me ask you this: what do you believe, or would you say a strong voice is imperative in the community that you're reaching back to, or you're just in a certain generation?
Yeah, I think a strong voice is important, but a trustworthy voice.
There you go.
That's good.
Because everybody talks,
Everyone talks, right?
and so you got a lot of people in the community that sounds good,
Mm-hmm.
but ain't doing the work. And I was the one in prison that the people came in and did a lot of talking, but then when you got out, you really was on your own.
Wow.
And so these kids looking for us not just to say it,
But to do it.
but to do it.
Yeah. How do you think kids have responded to your testimony?
Yeah.
They love it. I'm night and day, and so it's kind of weird. Like if you see me now and I talk to the kids, they cannot believe
Right.
the stuff I tell them
Yeah.
I used to do. But I got two pictures of me. I got a mug shot of me, and I got
Wow.
a picture of me sitting down on the floor in a club.
Wow.
So once I show them those pictures, they on the edge of their seat listening to me.
Yeah.
Then.
Right.
So I believe that God will use whatever you've been through to help somebody else get through it.
Amen.
And to give you a clear picture of it, Paul was sent to the Gentiles.
Right.
That's absolutely.
Peter was sent to the Jews.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Jonah was sent to Nineveh.
Yeah.
Right.
And so, but just because you haven't been through nothing, that don't mean that you can't be a part of it.
That's right.
Because watch this here. When we know this here, the hand can't say to the foot,
Right.
I don't need you.
Right.
And so when I go into places like this, I tell people, I say, if you don't want to get on the ground and do the work, donate.
That's good.
Right.
I say because if you don't want to get on the ground and do the work, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't want to donate, then you are one of the people that just sitting on their hands.
Right.
Ah.
Yeah.
Right.
And so if I'm out here doing the work, we done made donations. You got to give millions and millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need no but 1 million people to give $1.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
right. That's
Yeah.
right.
To help do, because we got a situation where the kids are getting out of YDC, right? So what my goal is to go into the schools, to go into the YDC,
Okay.
and then to go into the prisons. My thing with the kids in the YDC, I tell them, don't graduate. And what I mean by don't graduate, let YDC be your last stop.
That's good.
Yeah.
Don't graduate to the county jail.
Change the
Don't,
direction.
don't
Yeah.
graduate to prison. And I said, if you do, I said, I go into the prison. I said, don't try to hide from me when I see you. And I said, hey, I said, I'm not gonna sugarcoat. I'm gonna be straightforward. I'm gonna say, I see you done graduated.
Let me ask you this question. How do you think your life would have been different if we had programs and leaders who were doing what
Yeah.
you were doing now back
Yeah.
then?
They would have caught me. And so I think that these programs now is very crucial
Yeah.
to what's going on, and not just coming in and talking to these kids.
Yeah.
Like we go into the YDC, we build a relationship with the kid,
Yeah.
and so you'll have that same kid that he may just not want to disappoint you.
Yeah.
Right.
That's good.
So you want to
Being
build
present.
you want to build that rapport with him, where even if he want to do us wrong,
Mm-hmm.
he probably wouldn't want to do it just out of the respect that he done gained from you.
Yeah. And I believe also that's a lesson for parents, why it's important
Yeah.
that parents are present and have
Right.
relationship, mothers and fathers,
Right.
with their teenagers, because we're all raising young men, young
Right.
women,
Yeah.
but being present and having them know that you're with them,
Right.
so they don't have to depend on somebody else who may not have good intentions.
Right. We got to bring back the village.
Yeah.
So I tell my son that I said, I don't have everything for you.
Mhm.
I understand that.
All right.
So we might want to be the greatest dad in the world, but there's no way possible for you to be, because you're gonna have to be a coach.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to be a minister. You're gonna have to be a big brother. You're gonna have to be a big
Oh,
cousin.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to be the friend
Right.
when we don't want to be the friend.
It's a
So
lot.
I need my son to. Your teacher gonna give you something that I can't give you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your soccer coach gonna give you something that I can't give you. Your minister or the kids in the young ministry class gonna give you something I can't
Yeah.
give you.
Right.
But I still can tap in and give you what dad has to give to you.
Right.
But if you want your child to be an all-around kid, you need to get stuff from all around.
Well, and then the Bible even says, know those that labor among you.
Yeah.
Get to know
Right.
people who do different things, who have different
Right.
gifts, who can help you. You know, we got to be led by God, but we've also got to be willing to lean on our brothers and sisters who
Right.
are going in the right direction that can help us accomplish some things that maybe we haven't had experience in or we're not sure. And that can be beneficial to us and to our families.